So first things first, the stock market. What about the stock market? That shit was crashing off for like 24 hours. I looked at my stock portfolio yesterday. It was fine. Also, friendly reminder, unless you have money in the stock market, it crashing really doesn't mean anything. The stock market crashing to the average American doesn't mean anything because most people don't have any money invested because they don't have any money to be invested. That really only affects rich people. So keep that in mind. Y'all niggas just regurgitating tweets. You said, but I do. What you invested in? Because my portfolio is looking green. You niggas invested in bad shit. Oh shit. I didn't check it today. Let's see. I'm down 1%. That's nothing. That's like regular shit. But yesterday and the day before, I was green. Like I don't know. Niggas panicking for no reason. Man, fuck all that stock market shit. Let's talk this gaming. The first batch of articles I got for you. Very interesting article came out literally in the middle of us recording a podcast this past weekend. It'll be out sometime this week. YouTube.com/GI updates. And there was some nasty shade thrown at the China Joy event. Now, if you're unfamiliar, I've only heard of this event like maybe twice. I think it's fairly new, especially because China's recently opened up their borders to more game development, more collaboration, something that was predicted on the GI podcast years ago. It's coming into fruition. China was the next forefront. There's an event called China Joy, which I think is like China's E3 or something. It was a lot of major announcements and games showing off on what Chinese developers and studios are working on that could potentially come to the West as well as what's coming to their regions. And there was an interesting quote given by a developer who's been working on Phantom Blade Zero, which is one of the biggest games coming out in the next year. Although it's rumored it could come out in 2026, hopefully 2025. The game looks fire. They've been showing it off at the recent State of the Plays. Yo, shout out to Night J with the sub, appreciate it. And this Phantom Blade Zero developer gave a statement in regards to, and just to give full context, they asked a bunch of different developers, people that were journalists that were there, why their games weren't coming to PlayStation, or not PlayStation, why their games are only coming to PlayStation and PC and not Xbox, why these Chinese games weren't coming to Xbox. And to paint the full picture, a bunch of developers basically said the same thing. They were having issues with getting support from Microsoft, which isn't a surprise. Basically, they're not given the tools and the proper funding and support they need from Microsoft to develop for the platform, which is not a surprise because Microsoft has notoriously had issues penetrating Eastern markets. I think on average, every time a new Xbox comes out, I think they sell like 5 to 10 per generation. So like 5 to 10 360s, 5 to 10 Xbox Ones. I don't think they've sold any series in Japan. And I think that has something to do with, I think it has two reasons to do the reason why Microsoft has struggled in the East. The two reasons being, just the taste for gamers is different in the East. I think they're more into JRPGs there, and other types of, and mobile gaming, not mobile gaming, but handheld gaming too. And unfortunately, the Xbox has always kind of been weak on the JRPG front. So the tastes are different over there. So they tend to be more towards PlayStation and Nintendo. But then also, to keep it a buck, I also think it's just brand loyalty, national pride. I mean, if you're from Japan, you're more likely to get a PlayStation and you're more likely to get a Nintendo because of legacy and national pride. I mean, if you buy a PlayStation, you're supporting your GDP versus if you buy an Xbox. You see what I'm saying? Wish I could say the same about Microsoft and Xbox. But yeah, it's always been low. So that being said, now that we painted the full picture, they haven't been getting the support per usual. One developer on Phantom Blade Zero, not the entire team. This is not a spokesperson for the entire team on Phantom Blade Zero, and we're gonna get into more of that later. But one rogue developer for Phantom Blade Zero said during China Joy, in regards to why their game is not on Xbox. Basically, one of the game developers reportedly made a fake comment during the China Joy convention last month, supposedly going ahead and saying nobody needs this platform when referring to Xbox. He said, don't nobody need that shit. We'll be fine on PlayStation. Who gives a kid? Yeah, rogue developer. Which is a crazy statement because like, look, I understand you're not a fan of Xbox, and I know it's fun to make fun of the console wars and shit like that, but this is just business 101, okay? In any business you want to be in life, you have to understand you got to go where the customers are, and you always want to maximize your ability to make profit. So there's no point in burning a bridge unless absolutely necessary. Even in friendships, there's no reason to burn a bridge unless absolutely unnecessary. And even if this is how you genuinely feel, this is why PR training is important. You have to learn to keep it cute, because sometimes we be in our own head about things, and then you create this idea of it's something, but then it's something totally different. That's why it's important not to overreact. This rogue developer has been condemned by S Games, a PR person from S Games who's developing Phantom Blade Zero. Shout out to Mix with the sub, appreciate it, who basically said, your comments on Xbox do not represent the entire company. The actual quote is, other times it's based off of principle, and I stand by that. I feel that. But well, let me take a sip of this shit. Some of this game of subs. Recently, we noticed that some media outlets have claimed to have interviewed an unnamed developer from S Game at China's Joy, who seemed to have had some statements regarding the release platforms and strategy for Phantom Blade Zero. We want to clarify that these claimed statements do not represent S Game's values or cultures, as we believe in making our game accessible to everyone and have not ruled out any platforms for Phantom Blade Zero. We are hard at work on both the development and publishing fronts to ensure that as many players as possible can enjoy our game at release and in the future. Our team is looking forward to sharing more development updates soon, and we are excited to bring our world premiere demo to Gamescom this month. Translation: you're lucky we don't know who set this on the development team, because they gave an anonymous quote, but respectfully, shut the fuck up. We're trying to make money. There's no reason. There's a console war brewing behind the scenes, and there's no reason to play into that. We need to maximize the dollar. I appreciate it, Homeless. Doesn't this game come out? The rumor is 2026. There's no definitive release date. I'm hoping 2025. Based off the gameplay we've seen, and also the fact that they're showing up at Gamescom, it feels like a game that's near the end of the development cycle, so I'm hoping 2025. Maybe we'll get an announcement at Gamescom. We'll see. So this game is exclusive or not? That is a good question. My gut tells me it's probably going to be a timed exclusive, because based off this quote, it sounds like they want to put it on Xbox, but there might be some truth to the statement of they're not getting the proper support that they need from Microsoft. And I think this probably matters more over in China, because you got to keep in mind, the Chinese government just opened up their borders for more collaboration from foreign entities. So they probably need a little bit more help with their development in China. And that's probably why they're making those call outs. So we'll see. We'll see. You said, is the Series S the reason? No, there hasn't been any reports or anything like that. The report was, it's just a lack of help from Microsoft. Probably not enough dev kits to go around. Who knows? They need to specify. All I can say is I'm looking forward to the game. I thought the story was funny. And I just got to say, just to use this as a lesson, business 101, chill the fuck out. There was absolutely no reason to be a rogue deb and come out and say, don't nobody need no fucking Xbox. You sound like a YouTuber, bro. Whoever this developer is, you sound like a YouTuber. Please tell me it's not coming to PS4. I hope so. There is a game coming to PS4 though. We're going to talk about that later. I appreciate all the early birthday wishes. My birthday not till tomorrow though, so go ahead and drop some subs. Let's get the party started now. We better hit the stuff. Speaking, and by the way, for all the because I don't participate in the console wars. I like talking these numbers and talking all these stories just to talk shit. It's just shits and giggles, conversations, gaming. So all the PlayStation niggas in the chat that we're getting super excited because the Xbox is getting slandered by some developers, calm down, because we on you niggas heads too. PlayStation niggas, come to the front. World-renowned, greatest RPG of all time, and one of my favorite jokes to go to when it comes to talking shit about the Sony ponies, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, or the remake. It hasn't been selling that well. There have been people in the comment section of Hokage highlight, you don't know what you're talking about. No. It has not been selling well. We've been pulling the charts up. Maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, it was in the top 25 and it was like number 23. But like the last month or two, We haven't seen it anywhere. You guys are not buying it outside like the first month the game came out, which I just find to be very fascinating because you guys swear it's the greatest RPG of all time. Yeah, if it don't apply, let it fly. We've got some numbers here. According to this report, Square Enix sales drop year on year despite the release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Oh no. Sales of Square Enix games have dropped compared to last year despite the high-profile release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. What? The greatest RPG of all time isn't boosting their sales? But not only is it not boosting the sales, they're not even stagnant. The sales have... And it's because you PlayStation niggas don't buy games. Xbox niggas, shut up. Y'all don't buy games either. You subscribe to Game Pass and you taste test. You don't beat none of those games. We've seen your achievements. 30% of people beat Elden Ring on PC and PlayStation. Only like 8% beat it on Xbox. We know you niggas subscribe to Game Pass to taste test. You niggas are Costco gamers. Matter of fact, I don't even want to disrespect Costco because Costco's great. I love it. You niggas are Sam's Club gamers. Just be taste testing shit. Don't beat nothing. I seen somebody, I released a yeah, maybe not even Sam's Club, BJ's. I seen somebody because I released a TikTok and an IG reel today talking about the same exact thing from like a previous stream, and somebody was like, it's because here over at Xbox, we play games for fun. That's your counter argument? Because by that logic, if your games are so fun, you should be beating some of them, right? I get it. You know, people have work, they have life, they have family, so you're not gonna be able to beat everything. I get it. But you should be able to beat some of them, right? Because it's so fun, right? But we're not talking about you Xbox niggas. We on the PlayStation niggas. According to the latest earning report, the company's overall net sales dropped by 18.4% year on year for the most recent quarter. We're gonna round that up. 20%. 20%. Sony ponies, your PlayStation needs you. This is driven in part due to the decline in sales of new games, not old, new games. By comparison, the same quarter in 2023 saw the release of Final Fantasy 16 and you niggas bought Final Fantasy 16 more than the greatest RPG of all time. I know some people like Final Fantasy 16. I know some people like Final Fantasy 16. I know some people like Final Fantasy 16. But the general consensus, most people didn't like that shit, including me. It was fucking boring. 12 hours of cutscenes. You get an hour cutscene, 10 minutes of gameplay. They removed the elemental parts of the game. There was cool spectacle in it, but the characters were boring. The story was boring. Most people did not like that shit. That's why I didn't get nominated for Game of the Year. Arguably, one of the worst Final Fantasies that I played recently. And that sold better than the greatest RPG of all time. This is crazy. Now, let me switch my beat back because I don't know what the fuck is playing right now. I don't know this damn playlist. However, the company has still turned a profit with its games this year on lower end development costs. So yeah, I didn't even have to read this part. I already knew. Because you might be wondering, if their sales are down 20%, how did they still turn a profit? So in gaming, there's a term called whales. Translation, meaning there's a small percentage of gamers that are keeping a game alive. This is the real reason why niggas love free-to-play games, because most y'all ain't buying shit. Y'all try to act like y'all supporting these developers. No, these whales are. Final Fantasy 14 is keeping Square Enix alive, which, you know, makes sense. I haven't played it, but from my understanding, Final Fantasy 14 is great. And I'm gonna give y'all that. It looks great. I just don't want to pay a subscription fee. I don't want to play any game that involves having an extra bill. I have too many bills. Yo, shout out to It's Mo with 85 with the sub. What's more is its MMO subsequently saw a rise in sales and profits compared to last year. The later quarter does not include the July release of Final Fantasy 14 expansion Dawn Trail, though clearly interest has risen ahead of its release. Translation: you're not buying any new games, but you are buying the expansion for Final Fantasy 14 and you're buying all the skins and mounts. which kind of goes back to that article that we talked about maybe a couple weeks ago about how like 90% of gamers admit they love microtransactions. You niggas love it. You love it. You sit on Twitter. You sit on Twitter and you complain about these business practices, but you're the Russell Westbrook meme because you're not buying new, innovative. Well, I'm not gonna call Final Fantasy 16 innovative. That shit sucks. But you're not buying new games. Final Fantasy, because let's get something straight. Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, although too damn long, it is a good game. It is a good game. You're not buying new fun games. You're just buying skins. Overall, Square Enix's continued determined efforts to strengthen the competitiveness and profitability of its business. At the start of the year, company president Kiro announced a review of the company's development system to boost quality and profits. As part of this, the company abandoned 112 million of its development projects that resulted in a loss of previous. You niggas are buying so little games. They're abandoning over $100 million worth in projects that were in development. They said, we know you niggas aren't gonna buy it. You're not gonna buy it. It's clear then, Square Enix is... I know you didn't just jump at me and hit me. Do you need a hug, bro? You like microtransactions? Hug. Ugh, don't jump at me, that's rude. Dog. Back up, thank you. That quarter they also released Foam Stars. That's right. Never forget what y'all the whole gaming community is on trial for what you guys did to Foam Stars. Don't get me wrong, Foam Stars was not a good game. I played it. But I only know it's bad because I actually played it. Y'all sat in my chat, y'all gassed it up, foam party, we're gonna get wet, we're gonna get wild. Foam Stars came out, none of you niggas played it. And that one was free. You said, to be honest, the article is kind of misleading. Yeah, the headline is because like they still turned a profit, but not really. It's still accurate because sales are down when it comes to new games, but the profits are up thanks to microtransactions. If they did, really what I got out of this article, if Square Enix did not have Final Fantasy 14, they'd be in trouble because y'all not buying games. I would say the headline's like a white lie. There's truth to it. There's truth to it. But that's why we read the articles. We're not Twitter niggas. We actually read over here. Next article. So Xbox, PlayStation niggas, just wanted to poke some fun at y'all. Why don't devs make mobile games to float their production costs? There's plenty of mobile games. Are they turning a profit? I don't know. JB Smoove, the comedian, is set to produce High on Life, the animated show. You remember this game that was on Xbox? I actually liked this game for the most part. It was like, it's on Game Pass. It was like a 7.5 out of 10. Until I got to the end. I had to drop it to like a 6. That had one of the worst endings I've ever seen in a fucking video game. And it wasn't like the story, it was, and if you were in my stream, you saw it. The ending, and I get it, the game is called High on Life, but the ending turns into a straight up acid trip and it like burned my eyes. It was so bad. To the point where like I felt like it was actually very irresponsible. There should have been like an epilepsy warning before in the final mission or something. It was really bad. It was a very bad strain on my eyes. But anyways, it was still a decent game. It was still a decent game until the ending, I think. But apparently, the game did so good that recently it's been reported that JB Smoove is on board to produce and potentially star in an animated show set in the universe. I got the Unk eyes. I do. I'll be 34 tomorrow. I'll be 34 tomorrow. Matter of fact, if you're watching this on Hokage Highlights, by the time you see this, it should be the 8th, which is my birthday. This is the 7th. Go ahead and drop some super chats in the comments. $5, $10, whatever your heart can give. Drop those super chats. Say thank you, TBH. Thank you. The quirky, bizarre first-person shooter was released last year to position reception, and since it dropped, many have commented on the game's potential to be converted into an animated series. Yeah, it felt like it could have been like, I could have seen this like on Toonami or something like that, like a cartoon, like one of those adult cartoons, or Adult Swim, my bad. Shout out to Majestic 7 with the sub, appreciate it. 34 going on the pension, Unk, you deserve it. I feel that. Nobody knows my age until I say it. I move faster than most you niggas. Most you niggas hips tight as hell. I'm more handsome. I'm pretty. My skin is succulent. How I know? My lady told me. Stop smoking. Stop drinking. Take care of yourself. Do we start calling you Unc now? Y'all been calling me Unc. That shit doesn't bother me. That shit doesn't bother me. It's a blessing to make it to this age, bro. It's a blessing. Yo, shout out to Shady Skipper with the 5 gifted subs. Appreciate it. I made it, and you can make it too. Get your life together. Motherfuckers be saying that shit like it's some type of, like, motherfuckers be renting a shack in the back of Willacoochee, Georgia for $5,000 a month, eating top ramen and fucking tuna for dinner every day. Unk. That shit don't bother me. My life is great, nigga. I didn't stream 2 days in a row. You know why? Because I ain't have to. Perfect for the television. Yeah, age is a blessing. It comes with wisdom. High on Life is an original and entertaining title with a unique story that sees players battle all types of aliens, life forms, in a fight to stop humans from being. Yeah, we know. I could actually. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this would actually be better as a cartoon than a game. But Unk status achieved. Many more to come. They'll turn to Unk age at some point. We all do. Leo gang, something like that. We all do. I think this would be better off as a show. So keep an eye on this. Don't be surprised if this comes. Does Adult Swim still exist? I don't know. I don't watch television. Yo, shout out to Young De Niro. You know what I do watch? Team USA coming through, spreading the freedom basketball. We went crazy yesterday. Somebody had tweeted me too. How you feel about Joel Embiid's performance? It's still fuck Joel Embiid. I don't care if he played decent yesterday. He scored some points finally. I'll give him that. But I'm not gonna lie. Exactly. Joel Embiid is still a terrorist. I've learned from Joel Embiid fans that a lot of NBA fans only look at like how many points somebody scores. What up, Nova? I look at how people only look at the box score. It's the little things. This man on the jump ball at the beginning of the game, he cannot jump. He can't play defense. He played good because we played Brazil, but against a good team where we're gonna need defense, absolutely not. AD and Bam are starting over him. He cannot play in a system. Who saw the game yesterday? Double Agent. Who saw the game yesterday? There was a beautiful pass that what's her name? Steph Curry should have gotten an assist off of. He threw the ball over the defender, and if Joel Embiid had his eyes on the ball, he would have got an easy layup. Instead, the ball hit his back. I'm like, this dude doesn't know how to play in motion. He's a fucking moving brick, bro. Embiid needs Ozempic. Yo, chill, man. So you saw that play, Ab? I was pissed that's the shit I'm talking about. Those little things. When we played, it's because we played Brazil. When we play teams like Germany and France, that shit ain't gonna fly, bro. Embiid needs some of the big Yes, Holiday does not score a lot, but he's really good on defense. He's absolutely Drew Holiday absolutely deserves to be on. The only person I questioned was Derek White. I was like, why is he on the team? But I mean, he's been playing decent. So, and I've also learned that Team USA, there's a lot of politics. If you're not a Nike player, it's hard to get on a team. I've learned. Not gonna lie, Germany looks really good. Yeah, we beat them. We got Serbia next, which, you know, we beat them twice, so we should beat them as long as we don't get cocky. But it is what it is. Twitch be giving me 8 ads every time you get a topic I'm trying to hear about. Damn. Hey, go ahead and sub it up, bro. It's almost my birthday, bro. It's almost my birthday. Let's get into this next article, though. I'm over here yapping about basketball. Serbia don't got no guards. Yeah, it depends on how well. It depends on how well. How you been, though, Nova? It depends on how well, what's the name, play. Joker. Any B-Day plans? No, I'm chilling. I'm just streaming. Me lady is out of town on a business trip, so I'm all alone by here. I'm gonna just be streaming. Ant the X Factor. Ant been going crazy. So I'm chilling. Jamal Murray is so sorry. Oh yeah, Team Canada, they fucking suck. Let's talk about that. Yo, shout out to Ghost. Everybody saying, oh, ho. Yo, they got fucking body. Yo, if you didn't see the game when Canada played, was it France or no, was it Serbia, I think. Whoever the fuck they played, they were down like 20 points. Canada was up, up like 20 points, and they came back. That shit's crazy. You guys suck. Blame Drake. I blame Drake. Yo, shout out to Double with the sub. Appreciate it. Let me get back to these articles. I'm yapping. Jamal Murray loses 30 basketball IQ when he isn't playing against the Lakers. You know what it is, though? Jamal Murray thrives with a big. The problem with Canada's biggest weakness, they don't have no bigs. It was all guard play. If you watch the game, I didn't see the game, but I saw the highlights. But at one point, they had Dylan Brooks on Wemby. When I saw that, I was like, they thought that shit looked crazy. It looked like Dylan Brooks was humping Wemby. Like, that shit looked crazy. Like, they don't have any size. That's the issue. So, like, jokes aside, Canada is a threat. And then if in the next 4 years they can get a center, like a couple centers, they are a threat. They do have good guard play. And didn't France bench Rudy too? Yeah, I read something about something wrong with his thumb or something like that. Yeah, he was barbecue chicken alert. Before the game even came out, Star Wars Outlaws Season Pass roadmap has been revealed. Who's excited for some DLC before the game dropped? Rudy's garbage. France has been playing pretty good. Their guard has been hitting threes. I forgot his name. The one with the beard. He looked like a black dude. He's like a light-skinned black dude. I don't know his name. Yo, shout out to Sugar with the sub. Roadmap for a single player game? Yeah. All right, so listen, guys. On the PS5, you're gonna get an exclusive Jabba the Hutt Gambit mission. On launch day, you're also gonna get a character pack. Then in the fall 2024, the game comes out at the end of this month. It's pretty much a fall game, like technically. Later in the fall, we're gonna get our story pack 1 titled Wild Cards. And then you're gonna get some cosmetics, and then in the spring you're getting a Pirate's Fortune. So there's 2 DLC packs. Who's copping? Give us another Jedi game. Well, this is made by Ubisoft. The Jedi game is made by Respawn. Just subbed and they still managed to slide 8 ads on me. You gotta wait. Your sub gotta warm up like your car. It's gotta warm up. Is that fit a Han Solo reference? I don't know, but she is a smuggler, so I wouldn't be surprised. Give me Jar Jar. Where the 2K news? Wasn't there supposed to be some 2K news? Maybe tomorrow. My sinus is about to start acting up. Apparently, data miners think that Half-Life 3 is in development. For those who are young, the joke in gaming has always been that... So for those unaware, before Steam became the premier platform in gaming, Steam, or Valve, the owners, they used to also make video games. And the joke in gaming has always been that Valve, aka Steam, is afraid of the number 3 because they never made Half-Life 3. Because Half-Life 2 is considered a classic, and then they've never made Left 4 Dead 3. But there's a rumor going around. I would take this with a big grain of salt. Apparently Valve, I've read this one already. Apparently Valve is working on a new game. And some people just assumed it's Half-Life 3. That's the gist of the article. But we have to also keep in mind that Valve is also working on that hero shooter that leaked online. I didn't show it on stream, because like I don't show leaks on stream. I'm not trying to get hit with a copyright strike. You said, didn't Valve get shut down? What? No, they're working on a game. They're working on a hero shooter. Also, keep in mind that Valve or Steam also works. They also have the Steam Deck. They just realized how much money they're making as a platform. I don't like, it's a joke, but I don't think they're afraid to make Half-Life 3. It's one of those things that's like, it's been so long because Half-Life 2 came out in the early it literally came out like 2001 or something like that. It can't. Oh yeah, Portal 3. Yeah, they never made Portal 3 either. So yeah, it's been so long since the last Half-Life. It's kind of like when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. I don't care what nobody says. It doesn't matter how good Kingdom Hearts 3 was, because people waited 10-15 years for it. It was never going to be good enough. And I think the same thing would happen with Half-Life 3. So like, they seen how much money they're printing with the Steam platform. They're getting 30% of every sale on every game, and now they have hardware. It's kind of like, what's the point? You said Valve shut down, huh? Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie. We found the console gamer in the chat. What are you talking about? You're not wrong. I hate it. No, don't get me wrong. Kingdom Hearts 3 still fucking sucks. I think it does. But like, it would have never been good enough. Like, because the problem is when you wait too long to create something, people's imagination starts to run wild. Like, oh, look, like I'll give you an example. If Sony announces a new SOCOM, because it's been so long, I don't know if it'll ever be good enough. Whatever comes out, people's imagination is gonna run wild. Oh, they could do this, and maybe we could do that. And then you got to keep in mind the average gamer doesn't tune into streams like mine. They don't read websites like this. They're not super informed. So then they go into a game blind and they get upset. Like, a matter of fact, a perfect example is, I remember when Baldur's Gate 3 won Game of the Year last year. You know what? I don't know if I talked about this. What happened was, on my TikTok For You page, I got a lot of streams of people playing Baldur's Gate 3 for the first time because it won Game of the Year. And that's one of the benefits of winning Game of the Year. It's advertising. It generates more sales. People get curious. But what happened was, I watched like at least 5 or 6 streams, and each one of them, they were just bitching and complaining that Baldur's Gate was a turn-based game. What the fuck is this shit? Bro, it takes one quick Google search. One gameplay. You don't even have to read an article. Watch a gameplay trailer. You would have known it was a turn-based game. It was a story-driven turn-based game. But it's a lot of people that don't do that. They just heard, oh, this shit's fire. Because it doesn't matter how good a game is. I love Mass Effect. I know Mass Effect is not for everybody. Not everything is for everybody, bro. Some of y'all love Latina women, and I get it. They're beautiful. That Spanish shit sounds great. But, you know, a lot of them are crazy, so I don't want to deal with it. You know, some of y'all like that crazy. I don't like it. He said, like, for me, I'm past that point in my life. And I know they're not all crazy. It's just a fucking joke. The jumping comparison. I gotta get my jokes out. I gotta get my jokes out. You know, as someone who dated a crazy Dominican from Brooklyn, I've had my fair share. I'm good off that. You see the point. But there's some men out there that like that crazy. They like that shit. Anyways, more for the rest of us. Hey, do your thing. You said my dating lore is crazy. It is. It's not a joke. I'm married to one. Oh, Jesus. And then last but not least, the last article I got for y'all. Just a quick update. You guys remember Mike Ybarra? We talked about him about a month or two ago on the stream. This guy became infamous. So for those unaware, I believe he's the former president of Blizzard. He went viral about a month ago because he tweeted out, and I'm paraphrasing, something along the lines of, I think he had beat The Witcher 3, and he was just like, you guys ever beat a game and you just want to tip the developers? Like, you ever just want to give them more money? And everybody was like, respectfully, shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to tip developers. We wouldn't have to tip the developer if y'all paid them correctly. Instead, Andrew Wilson of EA is making $30 million a year for God knows what reason, because Madden fucking sucks. And I got a Madden article for y'all later in the stream. Yeah, this guy. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Don't nobody want to tip shit. Yo, shout out to Von Wick with the sub. So the story has come full circle. And remember, if you remember on that stream, I told y'all, I said, don't fall for this shit. It's a fucking psyop. Oh, I would love to. I would tip for what? This guy is a former CEO. He doesn't even buy games. I guarantee you he gets them for free. It's a psyop to trick you into you doing it. He's recently been revealed to get a new job. He is now the CEO of some gambling company. What a surprise. Let's read about this. He's announced his resignation at the same time that Ybarra's new job doesn't give any obvious clues. Where's it at? Get to it. Let me go back. Oh, Prize Picks, my dumbass. Former Blizzard president who stepped down in January has a new job. He's the CEO of Prize Picks, a daily fantasy sports company. And he's not the worst form of media. He's not the CEO of a gambling company. In my opinion, he's the CEO of the gambling company. Because when I think of gambling companies online, there's two that I think of. Stake, because of my dog probably about to come out. Stake? Stake, because of fucking kick.com. And then if you're on YouTube, you know about it. If you follow any NBA or any sports channel, you know you've seen it. Use my code for prizepicks.com. Shout out to quite long with the sub, appreciate it. He is now the CEO of Prize Picks, which is a website where basically, like, if an NBA or any sports game is going on, it allows you to, like, oh, I think Joel Embiid is gonna get no rebounds because there's a high probability. You can bet $100 because he can't jump. There's a high probability he'll get 0 rebounds tonight. I just made $200. That's what it's for. So surprise, surprise, the guy that was trying to trick and manipulate you into tipping developers for more money on their half-ass broken games these days, he's now the CEO of a gambling company. It's almost like this guy is Prize Picks, DraftKings, Underdog. Yeah, DraftKings is another big. He's now the CEO of one of the most premier gambling. I said, learn their names. These motherfuckers are full of shit. Mike Ybarra, Pete Parsons, Penis Pete. Learn these fucking names, bro. People are crazy. Joel goes to sleep dreaming from the bench. I thought that was fucking funny. I thought that was funny. Yeah, Pete Parsons, the CEO of that lied about Bungie's books, basically. He said, "Oh yeah, we made tons of money off the Destiny DLC." Survey says that was a lie. Are you trying to beat Sekiro today? I've been told I got 2 more bosses. If the first one doesn't take too long, maybe I'll go with the final boss. Yeah, it depends. If not, definitely tomorrow, like sometime this week.